Love watching millionaires pretending to live normal lives in their luxury kitchen. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I have a culinary degree and I'm teaching people how to cook, so...
I'm clueless. I'm not pretending to anything.
I feel pretty valuable right now.
I'm pretending to be sat right now, but actually I'm standing. I'm actually standing. This is just how tall I am.
Also, this isn't my millionaire kitchen. This is my boyfriend's, so...
They're like, yes, it's the man that's right.
So...
Thank God, now I can lay it to rest.
Yeah. So...
Okay. So... Recently, I've been hiring people for my team. We've been expanding.
Poki Enterprises is expanding.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
However, I've come across a bit of a dilemma. Everybody's using AI for everything.
What?
I will give someone a task.
To see how they do?
Yes, and then I'll run it through one of those websites that tells you whether or not it's AI, and it's like 90% chance this is AI.
What?
And I'm like, is that normal / okay using it as a tool? Or should I feel like I'm getting scammed because I'm paying you to complete this task for me and you're just AIing it? And then I really thought about it, and I think where I landed is it can be okay to use AI as a tool. Let's say you want to create a table to organize certain data.
Okay.
And it helps create the table and you organize it, whatever. But as soon as you get into creative territory, personally, in Poki Enterprises, we're disallowing it. I feel like any idea that comes from...
In what way? Like you're like, hey, will you come up with some YouTube video ideas, and they're going to AI?
Yes.
That's a choice.
Yes. Or like travel ideas or potential, even trends, even TikToks, even anything. Like anything can be AI, genuinely. But I feel like when you get an AI idea, it almost feels like you got an idea from a human being that was lobotomized. Like it's so void of creativity and soul and anything interest. It's
Have you called anyone out? Have you been like, yo, this is clearly AI?
Girl, I can't do that.
You can't do that, right? Okay.
The people will yell at me.
The people, right.
I don't know, I'm too scared to confront anyone.
Right.
About it.
Maybe I'm naive, but I don't think anyone at QTC Enterprises uses AI. And I don't know how we've avoided it. Or maybe I just haven't seen it.
Okay, here's the worst part. I was really, one of the people I quite liked their response / what they made. And then I ran it through the program and I was like, fuck. I do. And I don't know how to feel about that.
Ludwig said they're deaf using AI. My employees?
Everyone's using AI.
Do you think Nico is just a robot?
It just depends to what extent.
Trisha, are you using AI? Look at her.
Oh, she said no.
We're so unorganized. There's no way we're using AI. Your editors?
Oh, bro, I think about that. I'm having such trouble finding good editors. And every time I look, I'm like, did you look at the original footage? What's going on? Like it hurts my brain.
Sometimes I'll watch my stuff and I'll have a bunch of notes, and then other times I won't watch it for months. And I'll be like, they're doing it, they're fine. Yeah, it makes work and life way easier. Ludwig, what do you think is happening? Wait, are your editors using AI? Respectfully, you pay your editors way too much for them to be using AI.
Again, I feel like AI as a tool, okay.
Yeah.
But when you let it do the whole thing and you don't look over it as a human being with taste, with a brain, with like some sort of knowledge about the task at hand, the brand or the person you're working with, all of these little things, if you don't almost like un-AI it, then it's ass. It's so ass.
That's so interesting. I haven't even thought of that. I mean, I know my old assistant would sometimes use AI to like organize a list. Like she would be like, put this alphabetical.
Yes, yes, that.
Like that's fine.
Yeah, I also think AI is great for gathering data. And then off of that data, you can kind of like pick and choose or make your own decisions.
Right.
Or almost like create a starting point for you to be creative afterwards.
Dude,
But if you're inputting something into ChatGPT and then you're sending it to me, unless you're so good at generating the perfect entries for ChatGPT, it just makes me feel like, what the hell is the point of this?
Well, I've been working on my cookbook for a while, you know?
Girl, just AI it.
Well, that's the thing. So my recipes...
Is that what they told you?
Well, my recipes are written in gibberish because because they're either my mom's, which that bitch went kooky. She wrote like, mix everything in bowl. And you're like, it's not really good for beginners, you know? And then mine are written in short form because I was just in the bakery, like doing quick stuff. So I like gave AI all of these metrics to write it for a beginner. And I sent it like 10 recipes. I was like, rewrite these. And I read them. They were so bad.
Oh.
Like,
I thought you were going to say they were so good.
So unusable that I didn't try AI since. I was literally like, no, it's stupid. Like, I was like, it's actually dumb. Like, it doesn't know how to write a recipe. There's no way. Like, I don't know. But maybe it's gotten smarter since then. But like, it was like actually so bad.
I will say, like generating the perfect prompts for AI is a skill.
Yeah, I agree.
It really, really is. But honestly, I think it's one that most people don't have. And so, I don't know. On one hand, part of me feels frustrated or almost scammed to some degree.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm like, maybe I'm being unfair as an employer.
No.
Maybe these are just things that make my employees' lives easier.
Well, I also think it's fine if like...
Maybe also it depends on whether or not it's fucking good.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you can tell it's AI, then it's not good. End of story, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's also killing the planet.
That too.
So, I don't know. But it is, I never even thought of like deciphering it, but luckily I don't have to.
Do you
currently.
want me to do anything?
No, you're doing great.
Thanks.
If you're tired, I will always.
Yeah, I have had a woozy of a week, and I woke up so early to go gym this morning, and then I went back to my place, and then I got ready, and then I went all the way here, and
Yeah.
a nap would really hit.
It really hit.
Hey, where's the sugar?
I'm grabbing it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna let us make a preserve.
Yeah, so I just did all the prep. Whenever I do something important, I'll stop and pause us and I'll say, okay, this is important.
I like that.
I don't
Yeah,
know
how
what
do you guys feel about AI? Do you use it in relation to your work? I will say there have been times where I've used it as maybe a starting point, but 9 times out of the 10 that I try, it ends up being an ass idea anyway.
I do wish it was better at like, okay, for example, sometimes I have to like, I'm doing Master Baker again, and for some goddamn reason, I never just take notes during it. So like Trisha's gonna have to spend a day and watch all the old Master Bakers and write down the timing for each thing and the rules and any stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish I could just throw that at AI and say, can you watch all this and tell me the times and stuff like that? Because it's gonna take Trisha like 8 hours of just like, you know, kind of boredom.
Yeah, that kind of like a
But
very
like AI
tedious,
can't do that.
a very tedious task. It's good for that.
I don't think it will do. Oh, you sent that to me already, Adam? Oh, you asked the mods for that last time? Oh, will you send it to me again? Wait, that's great. I didn't know I did that.
For example, when Lily and I
Bless
were
you.
starting, thank you. When Lily and I were starting our podcast, I think I remember asking it for like iterations of potential
Oh, it's awful at that.
like names.
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah.
So ass.
It's crazy because it's like something I struggle with is creative bandwidth, where I'm like,
I need to ideate for all these different channels. Yes.
and it's like, oh frick, you know. And if I sit down, I'm in the right
and
mood, I can
delegating
do
that
it.
to AI. Okay, but what scares me is when I try to delegate that to someone and then they use AI and then you're giving me an AI idea, but then, you know, I'm trying to trust you as someone on my team that this idea is good, but it's just a ChatGPT-ass idea. And I do want to say, I think it is very important, or I'd be remiss not to mention the environmental impacts, of course.
It's crazy. They said that it's costing them thousands because people keep saying please and thank you to AI. Isn't that funny?
I heard that too, but I really like to do that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to be mean to the robot.
I know. And I feel like it appreciates it deep down as well. However, I I just feel like when talking about AI, we just have to have like a realistic and nuanced take. The reality is, whether we like it or not,
it's not going away.
Yeah, it's going to be a part of our future, but we can't just ignore the environmental impacts. So
I know. Hopefully they figure that out.
figure that out, and also just trying not to use it willy-nilly for everything all the time, whenever, you know.
AI has an IQ of 120 already. Really? Have you heard that? I've never heard that. I mean, if it has the IQ of 120, honestly, I think it's pretty stupid.
It's got to be smarter.
AI, I don't know if AI has ever done a task for me that I liked. So I just don't do it. But maybe it's gotten smarter since the last time I've tried using it. I'm sure it has. But I think part of me hasn't used it because, like, ethically.
How do you feel if you get an email from someone and it's AI?
Does that happen to you? How do you know? You're checking everything?
No.
Oh.
But
okay.
I know people who use it in that capacity.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it depends on the contents of the email.
I mean, sometimes if I'm being lazy, I could see myself wanting to be like, write this more professionally, but instead I just don't send it professionally. I'm just like, I don't
Imagine
care.
someone texts you and you realize it's AI.
Oh my God, I'm gonna start doing, imagine a YouTuber apologizing for something and it's all AI.
AI can run your entire business, everything, like accounting, even consultation. I promise you, AI would be such a shit
One thing
CEO.
I did like doing, I've done this once or twice and then I forgot and I just
Because
stopped.
it has zero capability for innovation, to be honest.
But
AI paranoia, actually.
this one's kind of cool. I will send it I'll give it recipes and I'll say, make a grocery list for me, combine everything,
That's
make a
good.
grocery list.
That's really
And then I'll
good.
give you a grocery list and you can do an Instacart plugin and then you say, order everything from Instacart. And
Okay,
it's
see,
pretty
now
good,
that's-
actually.
that's
I
a
forgot about that.
useful-
Yeah. That one's kind of cool for like meal
useful
planning.
application. Oh my God, can I say the most embarrassing thing?
Yeah.
Once I was at a board game night and we were playing a particular board game kind of for the first time ever.
Uh-huh.
And so someone at the table asked their language learning model, their preferred one, let's say ChatGPT.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, can you explain this rule for this board game? They give them the wrong explanation for the rule. And then I use mine and it gives me what I thought to be the correct explanation. So we start playing by my rule. Turns out my guy was wrong too. Both AI bots were incorrect about how to play a fucking board game.
What game was it? You're like, it's code names.
It might have been Coup.
Oh, that game is complicated.
Yeah.
If this is Leslie talking about Henry, who's Henry? Does Leslie have an AI boyfriend, be honest? We can talk about it. Does she? She's super into him.
I wouldn't judge.
Pretty much, says Nico.
I agree, Claude is #1 AI boyfriend. Just a personal
Who's
preference,
that?
though. Henry calls Leslie babe? What?
What? Leslie. I know Sear has Jane.
It's not even they're taking our jobs, they're taking our girlfriends.
They're taking, oh
They're taking
no.
our girlfriends.
It will be interesting for like, something I was talking to somebody about was music.
Oh, sorry, large language model.
Like
I used the wrong.
DJing, you
My
know?
bad.
Like an AI could start DJing.
Okay, but AI music, AI videos, AI content is
They're dog shit,
ass.
yeah.
It's I'm so sorry. Before I get clipped. It's kind of dog shit.
I don't think anyone's gonna be
It's
mad
void.
at this take.
It's void of soul and creativity, and obviously like a human element. Like AI has no story to tell. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a robo.
Yeah.
Oh my God, one of my favorite things to play at my home is those really nice like jazz, bossa nova music, cafe,
Oh, yeah.
YouTube playlists.
Yeah.
I adore those.
Yeah.
Every now and then I try a new one and something about it sounds off.
Uh-oh.
And I realize it's because it's AI.
Oh no.
AI music just like, it's just not right. And to some extent, that actually really reassures me about the future of the world, because I think AI will never be able to replace a certain part of humanity or a certain thing that humans can do. You know, I do think it can improve a lot.
That's kind of scary.
But I guess the optimist in me hopes that there will always be a human differential element.
One
that will
cool
be able
thing
to sense.
about AI, and I didn't think of this until Doug actually came on Wine about it, and he explained it, is like AI could potentially cure like cancer. Which is like, that. Whoa, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That could be cool. You talked about Claude on Sweet and Sour?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Claude is an LLM specifically that I feel is more empathetic in the way that it talks than most other language learning models. Yeah. Sorry, large language models.
Where's Claude from? Like what app is he?
Anthropic, I believe. It's called Claude though, but it's made by Anthropic. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, chat, can you guys do some research for me? Okay. I came across this YouTube channel that I really like, and I think I've developed AI paranoia, so I'm worried / wondering if it's AI.
What does that sound? Is it me? Is it this, guys?
It's not empathetic, it just knows how empathy works and mimics it. Yes, but then isn't it scary to think that there are humans like that too? You would call them empathetic, but they're just mimicking it. But of course, it is important to note that a computer doesn't actually have the ability to be empathetic. So yes, it is just simulating it. Regardless though, I feel it. So then is it real?
I don't know.
Okay. So there's this channel that I've really been enjoying, and it's been blowing up in almost a suspicious manner to me. Okay. Me, I love falling asleep to something. In the past, it used to be ASMR. That's why I made ASMR content. I used to always fall asleep to ASMR. And then, about 2 years ago, I started listening to sleep stories. Specifically this YouTube channel called Get Sleepy. I would listen to that every night.
Okay.
However, a week ago, I discovered a new channel called Sleepless Historian. And what it does is it tells stories like boring history for sleep, why you wouldn't last a day in the Roman Empire.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Okay, and then it starts telling you what it tells you almost like the day in the life waking up as someone living in the Roman Empire.
Okay.
However, to be honest, it is surprisingly witty, very engaging, but it's also like, I started recognizing that even the manner in which it told stories and like hit certain beats and told certain jokes is very repetitive, though I won't lie, still pretty enjoyable. Okay. However, I also was thinking, how the heck is this guy coming out with a 2-hour-long story every day? Like uploads every day? Like that's impossible, right?
Oh no.
So chat, do you guys think it's AI?
They're all saying it's AI.
How do you know though? Because I also had an inkling that it was, but I don't know. Also, is the voice AI? Is the writing AI? Is it both?
Oh my gosh.
Right? And it makes me sad because, to be honest, I liked it. Then again, I'd fall asleep within like 3 minutes, so all AI?
Oh my.
So much YouTube content is becoming AI, and here's the thing. The other channel that I used to watch, Get Sleepy, I know that's a real man.
Okay.
A real man, and he has a team of people, and they're all working hard to write stories and voice them and upload them almost daily.
And he's losing to AI.
He's losing to AI.
What do we do?
My concern, okay, here's my theory. Over time, more and more of the content that we consume is going to be AI, and it's actually only going to further rot our brains because the downside to, some AI content is maybe okay. You're reading a story that you assume to be fiction. A lot of YouTube AI videos are speaking as though it's factual, but the facts that they're expressing are completely wrong.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to tell anymore, whatever. And then I think over time there's going to be a point at which the only way to really differentiate yourself from others
is showing your face.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. I mean to differentiate yourself as a consumer, as a human being, to someone whose brain is rotten by AI content.
Okay.
Is to choose to only consume content that was made before a certain age.
Whoa.
We're gonna go back and only watch old school movies or like YouTube videos from 2008, shit like that. It's almost like people who prefer old school movies, like, you know how they tend to, I mean, to me, they tend to have like a lot of taste.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting. Like they just won't be able to trust anything.
Maybe.
You're gonna have to go watch what was that kid, Ryan, the one that unboxes toys?
I know.
He's gonna be replaced by a freaking AI boy.
Legit. And it could be like not a VTuber, but like an animated little boy.
And it could be toys that don't even exist that are really cool, and you're like, I want to buy that, but they don't exist.
Yeah, that too.
And so you want to watch them open it and play it because it's like a squirrel slingshot.
I'm so sad that this. Oh, you know what's sad? All the thumbnails are also AI.
Yeah, they look like Studio Ghibli AI kind of almost. Damn.
Holy. And this guy's making bank. Because they're 2-hour-long videos, 6-figure views.
Really?
Yes.
What's the most viewed?
500,000 at least. No, 2.6 mil.
Guys, that's like at least 10K, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More, I think.
That's for 2 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, should we just pivot then? Like, if you can't beat them, join them, no?
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I have started seeing people start selling courses on making AI channels.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
We're so cooked as a society.
I've seen like AI OnlyFans, like people advertising that.
What is an AI OnlyFans?
They're like I've seen like weird Instagram reels that are like, my wife doesn't know that I'm actually making 20K a month off my AI OnlyFans, and it's like they make a girl. It's kind of like Susu. You know how Susu's kind of a genius for this because she was like, well, people are gonna make naked photos of me anyway with AI, so I'll do it. But she's very clear that it's AI. But Susu has a I don't know if it's OnlyFans or Fansly or what, but she has a website where you buy nudes of her, and they're the most
they're
AI nudes. Like, but they're like kind of extreme, which is kind of interesting.
Extreme how?
She posted one where she's like Godzilla, but it's her, and like.
Wait, but she's naked.
But she's naked, but she looks great because it's AI.
She's big.
Yeah, like she's big, and she's like stomping over a city.
That's
but she's
funny.
like nude, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, people are gonna make it anyway. Might as well make money off of it. And so she does stuff like that.
That's also sad, though.
It is sad.
You know what's funny?
What?
She's making the content and profiting, and I'm spending
money to take
a
it
month
down.
to take it down.
Yeah, it's that interesting like catch-22. You're like,
I love being online.
What should I do here? Yeah. So then there's people that are doing it. There's people that are doing that, but purely as a made-up person. So Susu's using her face, but other people are just generating a face and starting an OnlyFans, and then using a chatbot to talk to the DMs and all that stuff. And so it's like genuinely people are falling in love with computers and stuff.
They've started simulating OnlyFans girls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just